I know this sounds very corny, I guess. I think that the county is in turmoil. I care very deeply about that office. I gave my life to it. I believe that we need to restore the trust and the confidence in that office. Many people ask me to do that, and I'm stepping in because I believe in service above self.
Okay, and relatively quickly here, if I were to say to you, you're just like Andy Thomas, is that a positive statement or a negative statement?
It's an irrelevant statement. I'm not Andy Thomas, I'm not Rick Romley. I'm Bill Montgomery, with a significantly different background of leadership and experience to bring to the office, and one that provides a fresh start for the people of Maricopa County. I don't have the history of institutional conflict that Rick does, and I also don't bring with me any of the conflicts that were just going on. I worked as a bureau chief, as a first-line supervisor. So as much as Rick wants to say that I'm somehow part of Andy's team, well, if as a bureau chief I was some high-level manager, well, then at least as a Lyon County attorney under Rick, I was part of senior management.
Okay, we will stop it right there, gentlemen. It's time now for 1-minute closing statements. Each candidate will do so, and going in reverse order of our opening statements, we start with Rick Romley.
Again, Ted, let me thank you and Horizon for being here tonight. This is an extraordinarily important election. And I think that, I hope that the viewers have been able to distinguish the differences between my opponent and myself. My opponent, it seems like this entire campaign has been a negative campaigner that is distorting, the record from what it was and what has been said. I urge the voters to look at my experience, the judgment that I have exhibited in the past. I ask the voters to understand that honesty is an important characteristic and trait to be county attorney. And I ask the voters to consider, who is the best person to restore county government to doing the public's business. With that, I'm sure that they'll vote for me, and I thank you again. I ask them to go to my website at romleyforcountyattorney.com.
All right, thank you very much. And next up with a 1-minute closing statement is Bill Montgomery.
Thank you. And what I want to invite voters to do is to go to my website at montgomery2010.com to learn more there. I ask for your vote. Early balloting begins July 29th. And I also ask you to give Maricopa County a fresh start. My opponent does have a long history of conflict in the county. And when he was county attorney, a federal jury found that he had retaliated against a female employee who had filed a sexual harassment claim. I don't think that's kind of judgment or the experience that we really need. And that's just one microcosm of the kind of office and environment that Rick Romley created. We need a fresh start. We need to move this county forward. And we need to have a kind of county where we all can be proud to live, work, and raise our families in. Duty on our country is more than just the motto of West Point. It's how I've led my life. And my opponent may not like it when I question him on his record, and I won't let him move away from it. But that's just the way it's got to work for you to be able to make a decision. And I ask you for your vote. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, candidates, and thank you for watching this edition of Horizon. And a reminder, in order to vote in the August 24th primary election, you must be registered by midnight tonight. You can do so online at servicearizona.com. The Secretary of State is also registering voters tonight until midnight in the parking lot just west of the Executive Tower at the state capitol. We hope you're back with us tomorrow for a debate between the Democratic candidates running for U.S. Senate. And a reminder, if you'd like to watch tonight's debate again or watch any previous edition of Horizon, we are there on the web for you, azpbs.org/Horizon. That's it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.